My name is Cole Thagris, and today we're going to be looking at some geometric theorems. As you can see here for the vertical angle, you can see that these two lines are exactly the same, and each of them will form a 90-degree angle, so these two vertical angles right here will form congruent angles. Now if we can slightly adjust this, you can see that these two angles right here are congruent, and these two outside angles are going to be congruent also. So you can adjust this shape however, and as long as they're not 90 degrees, these two will always be congruent and these two will always be congruent.
As you can see, this proves that all vertical angles are congruent because it's proven.
As you can see here, these stairs right here are forming a 90-degree angle, and these two rulers right here, which are the exact same distance, are each forming a 45-degree angle, which proves that two angles that are congruent, that are complementary, will always be equal, and they will be 45 degrees each.
As you can see from this proof, all supplementary angles that are both congruent with each other are 90 degrees, because here it proves it.
So you can see here that these are two right angles right here, this right angle right here, and then the right angle right here. And these two angles right here and here will both add up to a 180-degree supplementary angle to prove that two right angles that are congruent will always be supplementary.
As you can see from this elegantly written proof, if two pairs of supplementary angles have one angle in each that is corresponding, then all the pairs are all congruent.
Hi, I'm Euclid, and I would like to show you how I'm going to prove that two right angles are congruent. We're going to start off by looking at a triangle which has right angles, and from there we can determine that two right angles which equal 90 degrees are congruent. So to prove that these angles are congruent, we're going to need a figure with all the sides being equal, and that would be a square. So I have this square tile of marble here, and it's a foot. It's a foot by a foot, so yeah. And so with this, that means we can make a triangle and use the Pythagorean theorem. However, we haven't been given that, so I'm going to prove that before I go on to show the congruency of all these 90-degree angles. So here I showed my Pythagorean theorem steps. So a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's the given formula. A equals 1 foot, b also equals 1 foot, 1 squared plus 1 squared equals c squared, 1 plus 1 equals 2, which is equal to c squared, and c equals the square root of 2. And yeah. So we're going to go back and look at this measurement and see if it's about right based on measuring it with a ruler. So now that we've determined the Pythagorean theorem, we can check it by measuring it with this foot ruler here. And the square root of 2, which was the length of c, is square root of 2 is 1.41 about. And we can see that this length is a bit more than a foot, so it's estimated around 1.41 here. And also I'd like to mention that the Pythagorean theorem means that this angle right here has to be a right angle, and therefore that means this also has to be a right angle. However, we still need to prove that these are congruent, which is the second step.